Man, what is this? Comic Kingpins? I'm fucking late by like 3 minutes. Jesus, chat, relax, relax. Happy Sunday, first Sunday without football. Craziness. Last week we were watching the Super Bowl. Was it last week? Yeah, we were watching the Super Bowl last week. But I want to thank everybody. Sunday night, weekend, start of Monday. I don't know about the US, but here in Canada, it's Family Day tomorrow, which means everybody's staying up a little bit late because nobody has to work tomorrow, except yours truly. I want to work overtime, get some comic money, so you know how it is. But if you're in Canada, thank you for tuning in. Wherever you're from, welcome, man. Welcome to the Newbieverse. Special guest on today, Poppin' Cherry's here. He's making his debut on my channel. So yeah, let's we're gonna have a good welcome. So I hope everybody goes to follow him. I'll give him some time to let him explain what he does. So hopefully, you guys, don't miss his Instagram, don't miss his videos. He posts really great content. So I'm happy to have him. None other. Let's bring him in, man. I don't want to, have him waiting too long. Let's bring him out. Empire Comics. What's up, man?
Yo, what up, guys?
Dude, I'm loving the Yankee thing. I know you're from NY. I'm a Yankees fan. BC's a Yankees fan. So I think we kind of have this, Yankee vibe. But, man, welcome to the Newbieverse. Thank you so much for helping me out tonight.
No problem. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So, we were just talking a little bit before, in the backstage, in the live chat, in the backstage, man. Like, you've been watching the show for a long time. We've chatted back and forth, It's just crazy, like you say, you find one channel and then like that group of people, you follow them and then you follow their group and then you follow, and it's just like a crazy break off of channels, man. Yeah. But dude, really quickly, let the people know if they don't know, because for some of them, this might be the first time they're seeing, who Empire is. I mean, they might have seen you in chat, but let the people know, man. What, YouTube, what's the deal? What's the scoop?
First, Tim. No Blue Jays, but yeah, I'm Empire Comics. Empire Comics, man. I just been on YouTube, just hit a year about a month ago. I'm a comic book collector, reader, lover, speculator. Flipper. I know that's a dirty word sometimes.
Ooh, yeah, you can't say. I mean, in this show, you can, because people know,
safe space.
Right? It's a safe space, man.
Okay. Yeah, so a little of everything, but at the end of the day, I love comics. I love reading it. I used to collect in the 90s, took a little break, came back and jumped into it. And following guys like you and Press with Defects, Lauren Box, guys like that made me jump into speculating. And my wallet doesn't like you guys, but I
Yo, I had this guy and his wife maybe 2 weeks ago. They were in there and they knew me right off the bat. I think it was just one of the sweaters I was wearing or whatever. And they were like, "Hey, are you Newbie?" And I was like, yeah, hey, what's going on? Like it's just like whatever. And they're like, "Dude, I love your spec, but man, you make me spend too much money." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's the comic game, man. That's kind of how it works."
They follow you around in the shop trying to see what you pick up.
Right, dude. You know what? I've had that happen many times where people, are like, "Hey, man, what are you grabbing?" Or they're watching me, and I don't know, man. It just, collect what you like. That's what I always tell people. I'm like, collect what you like, but obviously, I'm picking up certain things for a reason. I mean, you know me, and let the hobby pay for itself. Why not?
Exactly. That's what I tell everybody too, man. None of the stuff and everything you see me pick up last year has been paid for by the hobby. Everything on the wall, everything.
I recently came into some people hating, being like, "Hey man, like I get pissed off. Like I see you posting a book and that's a book I want. And now that it's spiked, I can't get it." But it's like, I always go back to them and I'll screenshot when I actually posted the photo and then I'll circle the date. So it's like, "Hey man, I got this like 7 months ago or like 8 months ago. Like it was way before you wanted it like 2 days ago." Right. So
at the end of the day, though, everybody's has the same resources. Yeah. You have, I have. So if you're sleeping, you're sleeping.
100%. And the guy living in, let's pick a random state. The guy living in Nevada on 7th Street. Why are you getting mad at me for going to one of my shops here? It's not like they don't have online stuff. So why are you getting mad? Like, you're not making that trip to come pick up this book, right? So
you know how it is, bro.
That's just what it is. But I'm excited to have you on, man. So we're talking new comic book day, comic news, and comic spec. Comic spec, 3 books. I'd love to get your info and your input on them, man, because you know, we've talked spec back and forth. There's a lot of things going on, man. So yeah, let's get the show started, man.
All right.
Chat, what's going on, everybody? Let's just say really a quick hello to everybody in the chat. Just Cruz, my brother. What's going on, man? Gold medal. Finally a Canadian taking the gold medal.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah. I just found out today that the Olympics are over. I didn't know. I thought it was like a month thing. I guess, you know, my coworker today was like, no, man, it's like 2 weeks. So yeah, I didn't know.
I didn't even know it started, so don't feel
I didn't know, man. I like 5 days into the Olympics, like, yeah, man, you watching the Olympics? I'm like, yes. No.
Like, Dr. Strange, what? No.
Yeah, that's what I was, you know. Tom Cruise? What? Michael Baker, what's going on, man? Silver medal. Always love when Michael's in here. Canada finally taking a gold. Yes, Uncanny Swag. What's happening with the bronze? Channel sponsor and good friend of mine, Mr. Bleeker St Comics. Yo, Bleeker, Newbie Comics. I had to represent. It's been too long. Plus, I'm doing stuff for work and I had to. I appreciate you, Don. I appreciate you. Soon we will be hunting together, hopefully, because our work schedules have not met up lately. So, you know, I'm pissed. Especially because when he posts all these videos of all these books he's getting, I'm like, God damn. Let's see here. Great spec on the Lords today. Yes, that was a good show. There was a lot of spec that TiVo talked about, Mikey talked about, yours truly talked about a few times. You know, Balder the Brave. Just saying. Just saying. Hermini, what's going on, man? What up from the 6th? A fellow Canadian. Wet Dreams. What's happening, man? Comic Kingpins in the house. You guys know 7 p.m. Monday nights. They're doing their thing. Tomorrow, huge show. More so for Hyper because he's revealing 2 grails that he just picked up. 2 massive grails that he just picked up. So everybody will want to make sure to tune in tomorrow around 7 p.m. I still have time to grab a snack before this starts. Cool. Yeah, man. What's going on? Thanks so much for tuning in. Fuck, let's go already. What the fuck? Chill out. Tim, what's happening, man? How you doing, man? If you missed it, what's going on, dude? Thanks for tuning in. AOA's in the house. Ryan, what's going on? Oh, Ryan. Hey, what's going on, man? Ryan has got he's in the same spot as Bleeker. He's got crazy amounts of books. Gives deals like crazy. So make sure you guys go check him out. Turner Crest, the flea market. He's there. Tell him Newbie sent you. Go to the back. I want to say just go to the back, but like there's like 3 different areas to it. Definitely tune into him, man. He's got a lot of stuff there and he's a good guy. So go support Turner Crest if you're ever in the Niagara or Southern Ontario area. That's where you want to be on Sundays, man. Let's see who else is in here. RP, I just said. B Comics 313. What's happening, man? 80s guy. Philly Born's in the house, man. What's going on? All right. Keys R Us is in the house. All right, you guys, what's good, my fellow dirty flippers? Hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Listen, today's price is not tomorrow's price. Just remember.
Yeah, right.
All right, well, let's start the newbie verse. If you're new to the channel, new comic book day, comic news, and comic spec. 3 books on comic spec. So, you know, I usually do 3 or 4, sometimes 2, but this week I was able to get 3. And I'm excited to talk about them. So yeah, let's get it started. Let's join the newbie verse. And let's get it going, dude. I'm fucking pumped. I've been talking comic. It's always crazy because like I do Sunday, Tuesday. So from Tuesday to like Saturday, it's always just like, oh man, I got nothing, you know, like I just want to talk. But
all I get to do is talk comics is on YouTube. There's nobody around me to talk comics.
Dude, so. Yeah. But some of my closest friends, like other than Keys, like they don't collect comics, man. They're like I remember telling my one best friend, I was like, hey man, because this was like before COVID, and he's like, hey man, what are we doing this weekend? And I was like, oh, I'm going to Comic-Con. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to Comic-Con. Like, do you want to go? I got an extra ticket. And that was like on a Monday. And then like we hung out on Thursday. And he's like, hey man, what do you want to do this weekend? Like, are we hanging out? And I was like, dude, I told you I was going to Comic-Con. And he's like, oh, I thought you were fucking around. And I was like, no, man, I'm literally going to Comic-Con. And he's like, okay, all right.
At least you got that, man. There's nobody. I have nobody over here at all. Like nobody even knew that I collected comics until recently. I didn't even tell anybody I was on YouTube until I hit a year. So
dude,
at least you gotta get that.
All right, funny story before we go on then, okay? And I some people know this story. So me and Keys, Mr. Key Issues, we're really good friends. We've been friends for about 8 years. Oh shit, I got the wrong Ryan. Sorry, dude. But Ryan would appreciate and love it. I appreciate it. Okay, you know what it is? His name is Ryan Avakian, so the name kind of got it. So I apologize, Ryan. I apologize, man. But thank you for correcting me. So me and Keys, we've been friends for about 8 to 10 years. And you know, we were always hanging out. We always liked cars, and you know, we have the same group of friends. We met through friends. And one day I was talking about like a Marvel movie, and he goes, "You like Marvel?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, I love it." And then I was like, "Yeah, Iron Man's my guy, and like, you know, I'm collecting this and this." And he's like, "You collect comics?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You read comics?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Dude, why am I finding this out like 8 years in?" And I was like, "Shit, man, I don't know." But that's how we started, like, kind of being like, "Oh shit, we could talk about comics," and
That's
it's
what's
not
up,
like
dog.
crazy. Yeah, like, so it's just fucked up. Fucking. That's how we've taken it. Comic Kingpins, newbie fucking up a name. No. Yeah, man, it happens. But Ryan, I appreciate you for tuning in. If my guy Ryan is out there listening on the rewind, you know, there you go. I was very nice. I'll talk comics with you guys. Yeah, what's going on, Ozzy? How you doing, man? Newbie usually messes up pronunciations. That you're just mixing up people. Yo, it happens, man. It happens. All right, let's get into it. New comic
Yeah,
book.
well, I tell you something real quick about that. Like one of the first comments I made on your channel, I said I was watching it for a few minutes, and I had told Hype because he kept correcting you. And I was like, man, this dude keeps correcting us. So I was like, hey, let's play a drinking game. Let's take a shot every time Hyper corrects Newbie. And Hype was like, you wouldn't make it to the end of the show.
Yo, you know what? That's happened. Now that Hyper's like, you know, like Hyper more or less comes on Tuesdays now. But yeah, it's always just it's easier for me because like he'll be the first one to be like, yeah, you messed that up. The is capital T, you know, but it's an all good fun, man. It's all good fun.
Yeah.
Dan De La Torre's in the house. Boys, I'll be on shortly, finishing up with the hey, take your time, man. No worries. All right, let's get into it. Newbieverse show number 81. Bleeker St Comics. He's in the house. Channel sponsor, BleekerStreetComics.com. Make sure you guys go check out the website. $10 a press, $5 a clean. If you want to avoid going to Toronto, he'll take care of you down here. He's been getting a lot of big books as well. Post it. So make sure you guys go show him some love. Check it out. He will press and get you going really well. Great customer service, man. Like, I know, you know, he's top notch with anybody that I've spoken with, and top notch with people's books. He handles them with care, and you know, he gets them out super fast. So if you want to get them out super quick and out to CGC, because you got to wait like 2.5 years, you know, Bleeker is your guy. And channel sponsor, Big B Comics. 3 stores, 1 in Niagara, 1 in Hamilton, 1 in Barrie. Make sure you guys go check them all out. Sometimes they do have books on the shelf that are hot. Check them out online. They do have pull lists and everything like that. So Big B Comics, give them some love, guys. All right. We are starting off with Image. Let's get it going. New comic book day. Something to be on the lookout for. A little different than what they usually do, in a way, right? But Department of Truth number 16, colorful. They usually don't go colorful, so that's why I'm kind of thinking, okay, this is kind of interesting. It is a dope ass cover. I love this cover. I know Face is in the house listening because he's at work, but he's picking this up. Super popular series. Empire, you reading it? You're still on it. What are your thoughts on Department of Truth?
Department of Truth is one of my favorites from Image, man. I've been reading this since issue 1. This one, the reason why it's all colorful. They diving into like psychedelics. You know how you know how that little conspiracy theory back in the day of how the government started that. So they diving into this one. So this is definitely one I want to pick up. You know what I mean? Just to see how they go with it. And the cover B is pretty cool with the lady in red. It's a pretty sick cover too.
I like it, man. I've been digging the series. You know, number 1, it really spiked a few months ago. It's kind of cooled off, but again, you know, everything that goes up must come down. Always buy on the dip, and I wouldn't sleep on this. I really wouldn't. And you know, still, what's it been? 2 years? People are still on it. You know, just like you said, everybody's really on it. It's a different take.
I got a few number 1s on the side here. Like I'm holding. They have to make something with it. This is so good. Like something
This is one of those where, like, I think a lot of people are gonna take those photos where they have like 20 copies or 25 copies of it when it comes, because like even when it first came out, right? Like there was still like a lot of copies on the shelves and things like that, and with the ups and downs of this, people wanting this to be something, and they're like, oh, it's happening, and then it just it does one of those. I think this is one of those books a lot of people are gonna have like those pictures where it's like, fuck, 25 copies, goddamn.
First print, second print, third print, fourth
print.
Yeah,
and that's what happened. Where did it stop?
I think at fifth. I think at fifth.
Yeah, that's what I think I have that one. Yeah. CGC 9.8. I know in a fifth print are $80 Canadian too. So
wow, okay.
That's not too bad, right? Especially if you want the number one, but we'll see. All right. Next book to be on the lookout for with image number one alerts. So we got Supermassive, and then we got Step by Bloody Step. I'm digging that concept. I'm digging that art. I just don't know how much I want to invest in it. I might take it up for the read. It kind of looks cool. It kind of looks like this video game from back in the day, to be honest with you. But yeah, just interesting. Number ones, man. A lot of people just jump on number ones regardless and just throw it in a long box. What are your thoughts here?
Well, first, it's an image, and Image doesn't do any more. They're not doing reprints right now, so like. I will pick it up, at least one copy, because it's the number one. You're not going to get it again. Supermassive is part of what that Radiant Black, and I stopped Radiant Black around issue 10, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm still going to pick it up. Step by Bloody Step, that one sounds really good. That's when I saw that one on FOC. I'm like, I have to grab that one.
It looks like I'm very biased when it comes to white, red, and black covers. I love them. I think that they're trophies, to be honest with you, because if you can get them in like high grade, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you see like a very, like I look at my like Invincible Iron Man 3, the 1 in 25, like it is black. It's a hard 9.8. There's not many. And I love the fact that like I hunted it. I got it pressed. I got it cleaned. I sent it off, and it was like a 9.8 worthy, right? It's a trophy. It's black. It's a hard.
Yeah.
And, here, same thing, man. I do think I'm excited for it. Yeah, the Supermassive too. It was like what Rogue Sun, Radiant Red, all that stuff.
Yeah, Radiant
together. Yeah. BC is really big on that. He told me, he's like, dude, don't sleep on Rogue Sun. Don't sleep on that Radiant stuff. Comic dude in the house, and he's also pumped for that. I know those guys over there are talking big things with Radiant Black.
I got them. I just haven't. They're off to the side. I have to catch up on it, but like I said, I stopped on issue 10, but I've picked up like the other ones, the ones just to see. But everybody's saying the same thing, that you got to pass the first few issues that it picks up.
That's why, dude. That's why I stopped, because I got number one, and I remember talking. I think it was BC. No, not BC, because BC wasn't around, I don't think, at the time. I think it was Face or Hype was talking about it. I was like, all right, man, I'll give it a shot. And I remember, like they also had like so many covers when it came out that like there were so many on the shelf, right? So like I grabbed the one copy, and then I was like, all right. And then even issue 2 and 3, like they were still on the shelves. So like,
I mean, it's still, I sold the 9.8 man, I think in September for like $90 something in September, and I no 9.8 just to see, just to test the waters. I still let one go, and in September, so I was like, there's some fans on this. They got some fans for Radiant Black.
It's and I know Comic Dude's probably, I don't know if he's gonna like what I'm saying, but like it's kind of like Power Ranger based, right? Like that's kind of the vibe, right? Do you get that vibe?
Yeah. That's what I like.
So I feel like that's why I like, especially Comic Dude, because I know Comic Dude Brandon, he is a big Power Rangers fan. So is what it is. Step by Step
on Bloody Step though. The story's really good on that too. It sounds like it's gonna be good. I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna grab one. I'm really gonna grab one. I don't know how I feel, man. I'm not the biggest Power Ranger guy, and like I know people are like, "Yo, you can't say that." And it's like, but I'm not. Like I don't know. Like I was when I was a kid. Don't get me wrong. Tommy the White Ranger, that was my guy. But
yeah, it all depends on when you grew up and the time frame.
Yeah, right. I remember I was like not fighting like fist fight. I was fighting kids in like grade school as like a Power Ranger, right? And I remember my teachers had to come and talk to my parents to be like, hey man, like, this guy keeps like, doing this shit and calling kids putties and things like that. And this is literally when I had just started speaking English in like grade 3 or 4. Yeah, it was like really fucked up. And then my parents kind of like took me off Power Rangers. They're like, no more. And
that's probably why you don't.
Yeah. And then that's why I was like, all right, I'm over it. Right. So it is what it is. All right, IDW. Yeah, but you know what the funny thing is? Okay, I stopped watching that, but then my parents were like, yeah, watch Spider-Man, watch X-Men, because it was a cartoon, right? So they're like, this isn't it. But then you think about it, you're watching X-Men, and it's like, even the Spider-Man, it was so like ahead of its time. Like,
they figured this cartoon is okay, right?
Exactly, right?
But you messing me up though. You making me feel old because I was in high school, I think, when Power Rangers came out. You talk about grade school. I'm like, Jesus Christ, bro.
Dude, yeah, shit. Yeah. Well, I'm 34, so like I'm up there.
Nah, you're a baby.
Star Wars High Republic, this week has just gotten ridiculous. I mean, people are still going back to their shops and you're finding all these books that are just becoming hot. So you got, High Republic issue 1, 2. You're not going to find issue 1. You're going to find 2. Some people are saying they're finding 6, 7, 8, something like that. The annual is getting hot. Adventures, that storyline too, right? It's just getting crazy. But I mean, I feel like you have to just bet on Star Wars. Like, it doesn't even hurt just to pick up a copy of anything that's coming out because, like, even some of these Star Wars High Republic and High Republic Adventure ones, like, it was not too long ago that some of these came out, and now they're just popping to being like $50 books. So I don't know. I might be changing the way I collect Star Wars now. I might just be picking up a copy of everything.
They caught me sleeping 2 years ago when it started. When I got back in 2-3 years ago, I'm like, Star Wars. I like Star Wars, but the books, But you see, as soon as anybody gets a mention or pops up, it takes off, man. Like I'm like, I'm not gonna get caught sleeping anymore. So if it's the first appearance, I'm grabbing 2 or 3, putting it to the side.
Yeah, you have to, man. You have to. That annual number 1 that came out, what? A month and a half ago, maybe maybe a month ago, is selling at $60 $53 US.
I missed that one.
That's insane. I called the shop today and they had it. The only thing was I was working because I picked up overtime. I was working until what time did I get off? Yeah, I was working until 5. They close at 5. So they're like, dude, we can only hold it for 24 hours. And I'm like, dude, I will give you like an extra 5. And no, we can't do that. I'm like, oh my God. Like, goddamn. But here's what it is. I'm starting to understand a little bit more, shout outs to Key Issue, shout outs to Nemesis Prime, Justin over there. We've become really good friends. He's a Star Wars guru, and I'm trying to learn as much as possible, but it's hard when there's like 3,700 characters out there.
The names is so hard with them.
Exactly, right? Exactly. My wife today was actually like, she showed me a picture of something. She's like, yeah, it's like that Darth Vader. This chick is dressed like Darth Vader. So I'm like, a chick is dressed like Darth Vader. And she turned it around. It was a stormtrooper. It was like a girl in like a sexy stormtrooper. And she's like, what are these called? Like, and I was like, oh man, I don't know. But it came to me later. But like I said to her, I'm like, I don't know anything about Star Wars. What's wrong with you?
I know the front. I love them. I love Star Wars. I think because I grew up around that time. But it's the books brought me back. Like the Vader series. I like that one. A lot of the other ones I don't read too much, but I collect it. But the Vader series is pretty good.
Yeah. It's getting hot, man. That's another series, right? Like there's a lot of books in the Vader stuff that like it's coming out, man.
There's still because I don't go to local shops. There's only where I stay. I'm in Florida, in Central Florida, but where I'm at, it's real in the middle, and there's like nothing around me. So the nearest shop is about a 45-minute drive that way, and the nearest other one is about an hour drive the other way. Whew. So and those are 2 small shops. If I want to go to like bigger shops, I gotta go out there. So I'm not trying to do that all the time. You know what I mean? So I usually, I have little spots online that I try to find that I get. So because I don't get to hunt, because the ones here, they're dry. From me and other people, there's like nothing left in them, so it's pointless.
I'm lucky where I am in. I'm 40 minutes away from Toronto. 6. And I'm lucky because there's a lot of shops there, and then there's like a lot of shops outside of it in like smaller towns. And even in my area, right? Like I'm in Niagara Falls. There's 4 shops. So like I have like some shops. It's just like there's no like long boxes, there's no nothing, right? So like it's just like you have to be on your game for New Comic Book Day because there's not, we're not a long box.
Have you guys seen his Instagram? He's always out there hunting. I'm calling it.
But that's the thing, though, man. But that's the thing. I'm driving. Like on my days off, like I told my wife, I told some of my buddies, I'm like, listen, Tuesday, I'd love to hang out, but I got to go hunt. I haven't hunted in 2 weeks. I have to go because Nemesis Prime, Justin, King Golden State, they always post shit, and it always like it's us 3 will always share what we hunt, and it always drives me nuts because like Justin today had like a stack like this, and he's like, "Your turn," and I'm like, "All right, okay, it's my turn," but it just it has that excitement, man. I'm always pumped for it, but
you can still find these out there though, because I know I talked to one of the shops because I'm still in contact with one of them, and they said they're still out there. When I've actually went, especially the High Republic, they're still in the boxes. I picked up like 3 of the issue 7 of the regular one.
Yeah, that one's heating up too, and people don't know, and some people don't realize it, man, because like a lot of shops, if they're not familiar with it, or people in general, they'll look at the adventure ones as like a kid's thing, right? Like that's how they're looking at it. So big shout outs to Black Crown Comics, my brother, man. This really hurts. I feel bad for him. If you guys haven't checked it out, his basement flooded, books ruined, room ruined. He's going through some stuff right now, so he's gonna be taking a little break from the YouTube game, rightfully so. He's got to take care of his family. He's got to take care of his house. I don't know. Maybe there's something that we could do. Maybe we could all sell our Spider-Man, first appearance of Virus or something. But I would love to help my man. I told him, he lives like 8 hours away from me. I told him, I'm like, man, if you were close to me, I would be there in a heartbeat, helping you out every fucking day. I wouldn't even hesitate, man. But he's gonna be taking a little break. So positive vibes being sent his way.
For sure. I've seen the pictures. I didn't know I thought it was just the room. I didn't know his books got messed up. Man, I'm so sorry, dude.
Yeah. So
damn.
Definitely send some love his way, man. He needs it right now. It's happened to me in the past. And I, obviously some people like that's just what happens, right? But it's a shitty feeling. I was telling him, man, my mom's basement flooded when I was living with her when I was like 17. I lived in the basement myself, and I had like a foot of water. And anytime, I'm 34 now, so like half my life, and every time it rains, snows, I'm always fearful. I'm always thinking of my house now, where I'm like, oh man, if it floods, like it's always just like I'll always turn the light on to see. Like it's just one of those things, man. Because like
you guys don't scare me, because I'm now a lot of people know I'm moving back to New York shortly, and where I'm moving to. It's like a whole. A lot of people don't like in New York. They take the basements and make them into like whole apartments, like real big and nice. I'm putting my stuff there, but you guys all saying this got me freaking out a little bit about putting my stuff in the basement.
It's tough, man. It's tough. It's not, it's one of those things. But no, BC. Anything you need, you let me know, brother.
We should do something. I should do something like.
Yeah, dude. And I'm trying to talk to a few people and get something going. Because I do want to help people out. And I want to help him. He's a friend, right? He's not just a YouTube thing or anything like this guy. If he was closer, like I said, I'd be helping him. But he, we'd be having Sunday dinners together with our families. Like that's, kind of how I see him. He's a good guy. So, and it sucks because like he's got to take time away from like his hobby and what he likes, and he had these goals for some of the books, and that shit happens. So hopefully positive vibes happen for our guy BC. So
100%.
Guy Forge is in the house. See, you talk about one Italian, another Italian comes in. What's going on, man? How you guys doing? Say the word, I'm in. Yeah, man. So I'll definitely try. I'm going to talk to the comic kingpins. I've got a few people that kind of want to do something, so maybe we can do something for BC. I really would appreciate anything, but I will keep everybody posted. I would love to do something, so yeah, let's do it. All right, let's move on to my favorite topic, because everybody's always like, Newbie, you never have any DC spec. Well, fuck.
Hey, they got great covers.
Yeah, 100%. And if you're ever looking for like a Superman thing, guess what? There is like a million Superman books out there. Okay, so
Yeah.
hey, you know what? That's actually pretty cool. That's
Hey,
pretty
that's
cool.
what's up.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess Aquaman didn't want to save. All right, so we got Aquaman #1. Don't really know too much about it. I apologize. I guess it didn't save. That's really weird that it didn't save. Now I'm worried that like some of my other stuff didn't save. But yeah, Aquaman #1. I mean, Aquaman's cool, I guess. The #1, but I mean, it's a straight pass for me. I just kind of put it on the list for something to be on the lookout for, just because it's a #1. What are your thoughts?
Me, it's same as you. It's a.
I always love going through DC. I love DC, but like I'm always like quick with DC. I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's a pass for me. And then like I find BC and Face are always like, no, well, wait a minute. This is Robin gets Lululemon pants in this one, and it's issue 1000. You know, that's kind of how it goes.
He said Lululemon. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love DC. It's just lately I've been burned on their spec. Like when I got into the spec game a year or two ago, I kind of went in like right before Future State, and I have a whole bunch of nothing. So when it comes to DC, I kind of get like covers. They got nice covers. I get covered by. But Aquaman, hey, if you like men, you like fish. You know, I mean, I don't know if the rumors are true. You know, if according to what's his name, Peacemaker, but pick it up if you want.
Look, there's 2 books DC has really generated buzz or, you know, got people off their feet and actually like fighting for it. It's Future State with Red X and Future State with Yara Flora, right? Like those are the 2 big ones. That was last January when it happened. So like we're less than a year away. People forget. Like I had somebody tell me like, yo, Yara came out like so long ago. I was like, it was last January. Like it wasn't that long ago. But yeah, man, I don't know. Most of these DC things I'm kind of passing, unless it's like something like a hardcore where like, dude, you can't miss this. But
probably losing a few people right now saying that, but
yeah. Empire, I'm gonna need your help on this one.
Okay.
All right, so this is Catwoman 40. The cover on the right there, where she's kind of on like a ledge or something, it looks like that is from that artist.
So Micah.
Boom, there. I did not want to attempt that. I don't
got you.
Number 39, she did that cover. That book went crazy. Everybody was picking it up. Like, my God, the prices of that book were ridiculous. A lot of people pre-ordered FOC this one thinking this was going to have the same effect. I'll admit, this is a dope cover.
It is.
Will it get to those prices though? Do you think they get to those prices? Because I think the first one was selling at like $60, maybe more.
I got it. Right? I pre-ordered it, so I got it like, you know, when I had to get like 20 copies of the 25 of the other one. So I got it for, I think I got it for 80 or something like that. But honestly, I kept it for a week, and when them prices jumped, I put it on eBay. It sold for 160. So, but I think that one with the diamonds, it just pops. This is a great cover. Don't get me wrong, but I do not think it's not as great as the other one.
No,
it's true.
Yeah, I don't think it has the same. I think, and also too, like when you can see a moving target, you're gonna pick it up, right? And that's and what I mean by that is like, okay, everybody was like missed out. Like you really, like a lot of people missed out. That's why the book went to 160, right?
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, well, wait a minute, guys. Number 40 is going to be by her too. So get 40. And then everybody's been talking about it. So it doesn't have the same effect, right? So I don't think if you think maybe, hey, you know what? Like I kind of grabbed like 10 copies of this thinking it's going to get to 160. I don't think it's going to get to 160. It could fetch a few bucks. I just don't see you're going to get the same result. That's all.
Not like the first one. I mean, honest, I like the Frizen, the cover B, a little bit better, honestly.
Yeah.
But not to know 160, no.
Let's see. I just reserved the Catwoman 43 with Catwoman and Harley for 65. Day of drop.
Is it with Soso Micah too, or is it the Frizen? Which one is it though?
But wait, that's 43. This is 40, isn't it?
Yeah. So he's going. Yeah. He's talking about ahead of time. So is that also with the same artist?
It's gonna be interesting to see. I gotta check that out.
See what he says.
Specsman, the 1 in 25 is already selling for 85 to 100. Wow.
Damn. So maybe it will. Who knows?
All right, let's get into my wheelhouse of Marvel. First, oh, come
Oh
on.
man.
Jesus. All right. Strange Academy 16. I apologize. I don't know why it didn't save, man. This is really that's really bugging me now. Strange Academy, it is the college one. It looks like they're at prom. So if you guys don't know, but again, Strange Academy 13, 14, 15, all fire. If you were flipping them, they were like $20, $30 books. This, I think, is just going to keep train going. It's a hot series, popular. What are your thoughts here, man?
I don't know. It looks like a bunch of stars, but no, I'm messing with you. But yeah, I missed out on 14 and 15, man.
What about 13? Did you get the Magic?
Listen, I had an issue with, if you guys seen with my Instagram, I had an issue with like pre-ordering. I wasn't getting my books, and so I didn't get any. I haven't even read them, but this one I'm picking up. You can't go wrong with Strange Academy, man. It's hot. I mean, I read it, I like it. I don't know, I'm not that into it, but
yeah,
it has a following, man.
I'm the same, man. I'm the same. I'm not really into it. It's got a following. I sold number 1 long time ago.
I kind of regret it though.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I totally agree. Because now, like, basically for what I sold it for, I can get number 1, but like, what is it, like the 5th printing or something like that? Like, it's just like, you know, and at that point, it's like I get there's people that love those later printings, but it just doesn't have the same effect, man. You want to have the one, you want to have the first one, but yeah, I don't know, man. But here's the thing. I've been saying, I don't know, from like issue 12. And then, you know, if I would have just listened, 13, 14, 15 were fucking crazy. I mean, some of those books are still super hot.
But the cover, I think it's cover B, the one that has the it's the pink cover with that new character from oh man, the young girl from
Eva.
Yeah, I think that's her name.
Reptile's
yeah,
cousin
from Reptile.
like
that. So that cover might do better than cover A, to be honest, just because she's on it.
Tough black covers for full. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, damn, that number 1 came out around COVID. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Definitely feel like I missed out on the series. Yeah, that's the problem, man.
I mean, I still got the rest of them 2 through, like, I usually stop around 10. When something new comes out, I'll get 1 through 10, or 1, you know, if it's not that great, 1 through 5, but I stopped at 10. And then when that Magic one came out and it started popping off, I try to get back on it.
Man, you know what's funny is I was sitting at home on Friday night at 8 p.m. and there's a shop here. The guy works a daytime job and he has weird hours, but like on Fridays, he's open until 10 p.m. because he works and then, you know, he just wants to stay open. So he's open from 6 to 10 on Fridays. So the Hyper called me at like 8:30, something like that. And he was like, hey, man, if any shops have Strange Academy 13, go pick it up. And I was like, why? What, you know, like, what am I looking for? And he's like, dude, they're selling for $25-$30. And I was like, oh, shit. So I was like, well, what cover? Because there was like, I think like 2 or 3 covers. And he's like, it's this one with the blonde with like the breasts, right? And then I was like, okay. So like I went to that shop because it's literally like 10 minutes away from me.
Dang.
I was just sitting on my couch and he literally had like 10 of them.
Oh my God.
And just in case there's haters or, you know, whatever, you know, I only picked up 3 copies. There were 7 left. So just saying, right? But yeah, it's really good. So this one I put on the list, Empire, and I'm interested to see what your take is because one, the first print, right? This is Timeless 1, second print. This became hot, the first print, obviously because of the missed minutes. That was why it was what it was. Inside the book, missed minutes is not there. We get the logo of Miracle Man, but this being the second print and this having Punisher's weird ass freaking pirate logo, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that this is going to have the same effect because basically the effect that number 1 had was for the missed minutes, right? So I don't think that this is
now is this his first cover with the new logo?
Ooh, fuck, man.
You know,
that I don't know.
I think it might be. I think it might be.
But do you think that this is just like a little thing? Like, do you think that this logo is the logo we get for the next 100 years?
No, hell no.
Or
they know what they're doing. You know, they're doing this. They're doing this temporarily. They figured he already had talk. You know, people were talking about the logo. They're like, what can we do to get more talk? Well, fuck it, let's change it to this. And they know what they're doing. They know they're gonna get some people upset. They're gonna get some people talking. That's the reason why they're doing it. But it'll be back by the end of this arc.
Yeah.
But
DT, Yes.
They do have another one, Miss Minutes. That's coming out. I think it's in black and white.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah, yeah.
It's
But
already
here's the, but here's
it's
the
already
thing though.
asking for a lot.
It's cover, right? It's not in the book. If we ever
Yeah,
see
it's just
Miss
cover.
Minutes inside a book, then it's I think that timeless one will go up because I know people that are like holding on to like hoarding that timeless one. I got a buddy of mine who's got like 10 copies and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna wait for the right time. I'm like, what's the right time? What is the right time? Like this character, like the Miss Minutes is not gonna have a solo film. She's not gonna have her own show. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, I don't understand.
I mean, maybe if she comes out again in the next with Kang or something, it might jump up a little bit. But I only got one. I remember we talked. I told you I had ordered like 4 or 5, and the dude kept them all.
Yeah,
they got damaged.
Yeah,
so,
of course
I
they
got
did,
one.
man. Of course, it's stupid. All right, I think this might be the winner of the week, and I'm not just saying that because I'm an Iron Man fan. People, go check your eBays right now. Why? Well,
for real?
Go take a look at what that variant of Riri Williams is going for. Yours truly talked about it. Just Cruz talked about it. I think Hyper might have talked. I can't remember who, and I apologize. I don't want to, forget people, but that Riri Williams right now, today and yesterday, was selling for $30 Canadian.
What?
Yeah. $30 Canadian. I pre-ordered 3 at FOC, man.
You know what though?
$30.
When I ordered it, I didn't know she was on the cover, so I just got 2 on when I ordered. I didn't know she was on the cover. I thought, honestly, I ordered 3 of the first of cover A because I thought that looked dope,
I gotta give it up because Just Cruz was the first one on it for me, and he was like, dude, it's a Black History variant. He was hearing some stuff, and he was like, dude, he didn't know what it was gonna be, but he said he was very confident it was going to be a Riri one, right? So he took a chance. I took a chance. I'm sitting pretty. I got 3 covers, or I got 3 copies. I'm going to put 1 away. I might flip 2. You never know, but they're going for $30 now. So come Wednesday, I'm just saying, I think it could reach a certain number.
Yeah, what people don't realize is like you get 1 or 2 of those and you flip it, but that it could pay for that week's books for you. You know what I mean?
And we all know, or at least I know, people who I talk to regularly, there's a few weeks coming up where it is fucking heavy. Like March 9th, dude, I think I'm dropping like $200 that day in like pre-orders, man. Like, I'm just, like you also got to look ahead, right? So let the hobby pay for itself. That there's nothing wrong with it. But that Riri thing, I'm keeping 1 for sure because I know that 1, there's not that many Riri covers. As much as people are like, oh, she's everywhere. No, she's not. And that's the same thing with Elsa. Why is Elsa hot? Why are all her covers hot? Because there's not that many. I'm keeping 1 just to waiting when she shows up. But I think this might be the winner of the week.
Yeah. That one, and you know what? Cover A is not bad either, but
no,
that's going for 30 already. That's crazy.
$30 Canadian, man. $30 Canadian. So that's like 24, 23 US.
Yeah, but it's not even out yet. So
exactly right. So who knows what it'll look like?
Hey, if you pre-order on eBay, guys, just letting you know you might not get your book.
Sir, let the hobby pay for itself. It's gonna pop again once you show. Exactly. 100%. Just a free advice right now. People thought I was crazy, but like Invincible Iron Man 1, Ironheart #1, those in 9.8 right now are literally cheap as hell. You don't even have to like the character. You don't have to be an Iron Man, whatever. You don't have to. You don't have to like this generation. But those books in 9.8s are super cheap. When she shows up, they're gonna literally cross 4 figures. I'm just throwing that information out there because some people think I'm crazy for telling people, hey, buy that, her first cover or her first series. But
I mean, she's coming already. They already announced, but it's a series, right? That she's got coming out.
But when you do the ladder, and I think you've heard me say, on the show, but like you do the ladder. I mean, when the first appearance and even the cameo is like so far gone and already 4 figures plus, why not go after the other ones, right? Because those are going to pop, right? So I don't know. Just Cruz is right. I don't think a lot of people ordered it because no one knew what the cover was.
I didn't.
That's the thing too.
It was.
I trusted Cruz. I trusted Cruz. He was confident in it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna do it. And then I just ordered 3, and I was like, fuck it, roll the dice.
I don't know how I didn't put Iron Man reread Black History Month. I just saw Black History Month, so I'm like, hey, they're usually dope covers. Let me get 2. Honestly, if I would have known it was reread, I probably would have said, let me get 5.
Well, they could have went James Rhodes, right? So
yeah, that's true. I think that's who they went with last year. Yeah, they did. They did go with him last year.
I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. So if your shops have it, make sure you pick it up, especially if you just want to flip it. I mean, I think it's just easy money. Coming from the Iron Man guy, I mean, Iron Man hasn't really been a great read for like a long time. So,
well, you didn't like the Iron God? You kidding me?
Oh fuck, dude. I mean, it was kind of cool because, like, when we did the shows, I mean, it was Iron God, but now I'm just like, oh, jeez, come on, like, get over it. All right. Second book, and this is a fan favorite of mine. This was supposed to be released like twice already. I made Mel V buy this. So if Mel V is talking about this book,
what number 2? This one?
This one right here. I actually was like, yo, Mel, did you see this book? And he's like, no. And I showed him. It's not a negative variant, but it's got the negative vibe. I really do think that this could be a book that, 1, not a lot of people bought, and 2, could be worth a little bit. It's a really cool cover. And again, I'm biased because it's red. Yeah. But it looks real. It looks super realistic in the art. It's not like, it's kind of hard to explain, but like, it's really cool. I'm very biased when it comes to the red cover. So regardless, for me, I'm buying it. Yeah, Specsman. I made Specsman buy it. I think I made a few people buy it. So hopefully everybody's thanking me later. But yeah, it's straight cover, man. Did you get one too?
I ordered one. You know what I mean? But now that I look at it blown up, like I got it on the TV behind me, and it looks dope. I wish I got more. I'm gonna try to get more on the day it comes out. But
I think you'll be able to find more, man. I really do. Swag, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in, brother.
If you get this in a 9.8 when she does, because she's gonna come to the MCU, this would be a book it'll jump, bro, for real.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I said, the negative stuff, all the negative ones, and even though it's not a negative, I keep saying it's a negative, but the ones that are kind of like negative, they're all fire, man. So yeah, I couldn't pass this one up, especially being red, Elektra, and like you said, to your point, man, Daredevil's already in the MCU. There's no way they bring Daredevil in and they don't bring Elektra ever. I think people are sleeping on Elektra. Could be a good book to pick up. Just saying. Sweet cover. Yeah. I just want to, if this becomes like $1,000 book or something crazy, I'm going to regret not listening to myself and buying like 10 copies. Cause I only got two or one. I can't remember 2 or 1, but Newbie. So does that mean you're getting that Power Ranger? No, the White Ranger that came out last week. I think that one's going to do really well too. I missed that on FLC. You picked it up?
No? I wish.
Yeah, I didn't pick it up, and I think I'm gonna regret it because I remember like doing FOC, and I'm like, and then I just passed it. All right, let's stick to Boom. I'm gonna tell you right now because I did go ahead in the back scenes, but there's no picture for this one. I don't know why I didn't save some of these pictures, but Boom, we got Killer Affairs of State #1. The #1, it's Boom.
Let me see.
Boom has got a good track record. What are your thoughts? I did not pick any of these up. It just looked a little bit weird to me. Plus, always saving for the next week. I'm kind of putting all my chips for March 9th with everything I pre-ordered. So I was kind of like, you know what? I'm okay missing this one.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't grab this one. This one missed. It went under my radar. I mean, maybe if I don't even. Yeah, if this ain't coming out this week though, is it?
Killer Affairs of State 1?
No, what?
Oh no, Eternals 10 was on FOC.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was about to say because he's right with Eternals 10, but not. Yeah, Killer Affairs. No, I don't know what's this one about. I don't even remember.
I don't know. It had like a dude with glasses on it on a chair. That's all I remember.
No.
So yeah, it's just, yeah. All right, let's go to Dynamite Pick of the Week. Hopefully, I got the picture. But we got Draculina #1, the variant. It's $100. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I show some love to Dynamite because they got like 1,275 covers that come out. I like this one. They're doing a lot of the cooler ones. Like they're doing a lot of the Ninja Turtle homages lately. Mm-hmm. I kind of dig them. This one though, I mean, come on, how could you not like this? But $100, ooh, that's too rich for me for this.
Not for a Dynamite book.
Yeah, I'm not paying $100, but yeah, definitely the Dynamite pick of the week. If you're new to the channel, I just throw some love just to show some love to Dynamite, because early on when we started doing these shows, people were like, man, you never show some love to Dynamite. So I thought, all right, you know what? I'm going to get one book, just put it up. So now this is a newbie cover. Why do you think we do the show like, at 9:30 at night? We can't be showing this in, 2 p.m.
Now, I do collect her roast best covers that they do with.
Oh, yeah.
I like those.
Emp, any books that we talked about that maybe I missed for New Comic Book Day before we
I think even though we just joked and we ragged on DC a little bit, I think Robin issue 11 might have a new villain coming in, or a first full of a new villain. Even though we were ragging on DC, I know, but Robin issue 11, I know I put that one down because I just found out it might have a villain in there.
I think somebody in the chat said that too about a villain
on Robin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think somebody said that. Yeah. The thing is with DC though, man, like they bring all these new characters, like Miracle Molly, Clown Hunter. Like I remember people telling me, dude, Clown Hunter.
Get me started on Miracle Molly.
This is gonna be like a future Harley Quinn, huge character. It's like, holy fuck, man.
You know how you went in on Virus? I did that with Miracle Molly, bro. So
yeah, I know that was a big no. Dude, there's a shop here that still has those books on the shelf, man. They can't get rid of them. So yeah, no. All right. Well, let's get into comic news before we get into the newbie spec of the week. Doctor Strange 2 may reveal the location of a missing Avenger. So probably what? Hulk? But again, I mean, let's be real. This movie's going to be crazy. We're going to find so many fucking things about this, right?
Oh, I think they're talking about White Vision.
Or White Vision. Sorry,
yeah,
not Hulk.
Yeah.
White Vision, my favorite. West Coast Avengers, 45. Is he really missing though, or are we just gonna find out like where he went? Because he really just kind of
having a sabbatical. He went to go find himself. That's all he did.
Okay, I gotta ask you, man, because I talk about it a lot. I talk about this book. I really do think that people who, and I've had Ozzy laugh at me. I've had BC. I've had a few people, and I've said, I'm like, dude, West Coast Avengers 45 is gonna go back up. It reached almost $3,000 in 9/8. If it reaches that at one point, it can reach back up. You look at it from certain books, it can. And I really do think that book is being very slept on. You buy it on the dip just as an investment. I really do think that, it's got potential. There's a rumor, I mean, depending on where and who you listen to, I mean, there's a lot of people in our industry and in our community, spec related, Mikey Sutton, TiVo, like there's a lot of people like this guy could be leading the West Coast Avengers. He could be in other places. He could be in other things. He's an OG character.
Yeah,
that goes into some stuff, man. So,
I mean, he necessarily doesn't have to stay as the White Vision. Didn't he get all his memories on that when he dipped? He could come back as regular Vision when he does come back. And if he comes back in Doctor Strange 2, which is an actual feature film, it could jump up. Remember, it jumped up when he was on a TV show. You know what I mean?
Are you sure, Ozzy? I think I remember you laughing. White Vision is in Coast Rica. North 45's in the house. He's fishing in Alaska. I've been hoarding. Yeah, you know what, man? I really do. I think 9/6s are 400 Canadian. I could be wrong. And I think 9/8s are like, I think they're still 4 figures, but I think they might be like 800, 900, somewhere around there. But again, I mean, he shows up. If you're looking for an investment, I mean, I get it. The book was everywhere. A lot of like older, collectors, they're probably like, and anytime I talk about it, they're probably like, dude, like this book was everywhere. This book was a $5 book forever, right? But that happens.
Okay, but what does that mean? What does that mean when I hear that? I want to know, what does that mean? Okay.
Yeah, but they just don't believe in the book because they've seen it, right? But like we've seen how the community works, right? A character shows up and it's gonna happen. Look at same thing with Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is down right now, but we know he's coming back. We know he's gonna be an Avenger. We know he's got the rings. He's coming back. What do you think is gonna happen to that book when he comes back? It's gonna go up.
Everything goes up and down, man. You gotta grab it when it goes down. Get rid of it when it goes up.
So, but I'm excited. Here's the thing, though. there was too many jokes made about the Spider-Man No Way Home with like all these characters that could possibly come, right?
Mm.
But this movie itself, Doctor Strange, it's probably got even more characters and more people coming than No Way Home.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't believe that at first. I thought, when they first dropped the first trailer, and then after that, you see that all those rumors with like all these characters that are popping up. I thought it was like, hey, we're gonna get Boner again, like that Ralph Boner. Everybody's getting hyped, and we're not gonna get none of these. And then when Professor X pops up in this new trailer, I'm like, well, shit, maybe we're maybe we're gonna get a few of them.
Dude, yeah. And I've been on Black Bolt, and I think it's good. Illuminati, like it's interesting hearing all the theories that have come out in the last week since the trailer, right? Because the trailer dropped in Super Bowl, and yeah, man, it's just crazy. Like this is how crazy this week's been. We had the trailers, then we had Superior Iron Man, then we had like Monica Rambeau stuff just heat up. Like it's crazy, and it was like I was talking to somebody today, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, man, like the last month's crazy with like Doctor Strange." I was like, "That was 6 days ago." Like, what do you mean? It was 6 days ago. That's it.
This movie's gonna. When does it come out again? I think we still got what?
May comes out in May.
Yeah, we're gonna see once they keep dropping trailers. I think books are gonna go crazy. It's gonna go nuts, man. And shout out to the defects because they were talking about that not Monica. Yeah, the Maria Rambeau book.
Yeah, they were
that one, and I picked up like 3 or 4 for $250 because of that.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Some of these, oh, dude.
I think now,
but you gotta sell quick. You gotta be.
Because what's gonna happen is anytime you get something new, like for like everybody thought it was Superior Iron Man for like a day, and then the next day, okay, it's not him, it's somebody else. So now everybody got rid of those books, and then so you got to be fast with this multiverse, madness.
Me personally, man, it's crazy. Okay, here's the thing, especially because like the way I do some spec and stuff like that. And I talked about it last week or 2 weeks ago. I said, people have to stop laughing and pointing the finger and being like, that's stupid. No, that's spec is stupid. Look at Moon Knight, for example, right? Arthur Harrow. He's in one book. It's a $2 book all day before that trailer drops. And it's still going for raw 100, 120 bucks Canadian. It's ridiculous. And these books stay up there for a long time. And it's crazy to me, man. Any book at any point in time can become $100 book, a $500 book, a whatever book. Like it's just crazy. Like it's gotten to that point.
If it's $1 or $2, like it doesn't hurt. I mean, it's not like now they could point the finger and laugh if you're spending a lot of money on one book and they're like, "Yo, that's a stupid," But you're spending $1, $2 for what? It ain't hurting. And you know what? You saw they'll jump up to $50, $100.
Exactly. So just saying. Big shout outs to Comic Night. Sandy's in the house, man. Fellow Canadian. He's got a website. Make sure you guys go check him out. We've been working on a few things, and stay tuned. I might actually be going to see Sandy on Monday. I might join Comic Ozzy and actual Dracula. So I might see them next Monday. So let's see. ASM Annual 60 needs some love. You know what? That's another character, Monica Rambeau itself. She doesn't have that many covers, and I know that there's this Mighty Avengers one that she's in like the middle of it, and there's one where she's flying. I mean, they could be something, could be nothing, right? But a lot of these characters, when they do pop for the first time, like anything and everything related to them just pops, and these are dollar bin books. So
yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt, man, to grab one or two. It doesn't hurt. Oh, hype.
Just going, hey, Mike, I was just hyping it up. See what I did there? I was hyping up the crowd earlier when we started, telling people that you got some big news. You're showing off some stuff tomorrow. I didn't say what it was. I didn't, nothing, but I just told them it was going to be a big show and to tune in, man. So Comic Kingpins tomorrow, 7 p.m. Hyper's got some goodies to show off. All right. You watching Peacemaker?
Bro, I love it. You don't watch it? You haven't watched it?
I've watched the first 2 episodes. Yeah.
Bro, it's hilarious, man.
At first I was like, oh, it's so bad that like you watch, right? Like when something's like just a fucking train wreck, you're like, I gotta watch. But it's just funny to me. I everything was spoiled already for me, obviously. I saw what the ending was. Somebody messaged me and I was like, why would you do that? Like, oh, I didn't think you cared. I'm like, no, I said I was watching it. But I know what happened. So, obviously Peacemaker actor. I don't know why it doesn't say, John Cena, because I think it was Cena that
You know what
said
it
it.
is? They can't see him. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Basically, and I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but I get, at the end of Peacemaker, the show, you see Superman, you see Aquaman, you see Flash, Batman, and Cyborg were supposed to be in there, but I mean, obviously, we all know what's going on with Cyborg. I mean, or do we? Right? Nobody knows. I don't know if we'll ever see a Cyborg ever again, to be honest with you. Maybe not for a very long time. I think it's just a very complex story and origin and how you bring them in. But they were supposed to be in the final cut, but they weren't. Do you think that's for a reason? Do you think maybe the characters they showed are going to play a role in maybe Peacemaker, moving forward different seasons or something like that? Like why would they just bring those ones,
I think the reason why they didn't put like for Batman, for example, they didn't put Batman only because they don't really know which Batman to put in there. You got Ben Affleck Batman, you got the vampire
Robert
Batman,
Patterson.
Patterson Batman. So if they put Ben Affleck, you and I and everybody else here, we know the difference. Yo, for real, I'm gonna be honest.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you're on tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm on there tomorrow. Yeah,
Shit,
yeah.
I forgot.
I didn't know if the show was still going on or not because of what happened with BC. So I was gonna wait till after to talk to him. But yeah, I didn't. If they show, people like us, we know what's going on with the different Batmans. But the regular person, they see Ben Affleck on there, let's say, and then they see this other Batman, they're gonna be like, oh, what's going on? They get all confused. So I think that's why they didn't put him. Cyborg, we all know that. The other characters, Wonder Woman, they really didn't show Superman. It was just in shadow. You know what I mean? But Flash, he's in the movie. Aquaman has a movie coming up, so that's what they showed them to.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it just shows to me that they obviously have a future. They're obviously gonna, they know of each other and things like that. So maybe
it was kind of connected in a way.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting to see. I'm interested, man. I don't know.
They need to fix it. I think they could do. It would be if they had their shit together like Marvel, it would be so dope. You know what I mean? But the fact that you don't know what's connected, what's not.
That's what DC is, man. AOA is saying Cyborg is on Doom Patrol. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched Doom Patrol.
Is he?
Ever.
I don't watch any of the DC shows.
I don't consider that like a thing. Same with like
I used to watch The Flash.
Yeah, I don't. So that's pretty interesting, man. But it's going to be interesting. I think what they have here with John Cena and the character, it's good. I like it so far. I mean, I already know what happens, but everybody was talking about it. Everybody was saying it was good, so I'm like, fuck it.
Now, do you think they're gonna have like more cameos of them in season 2?
Well, okay. Here's the thing that I'm not understanding. Maybe somebody could let me know. But doesn't he die in Suicide Squad?
Who?
Peacemaker.
At the end, he gets shot, but I guess I'm not spoiling it, but he's alive. He's alive. He's alive at the end.
He's alive? Okay, yeah. I didn't know, man. I thought Peacemaker died.
He gets shot, whatever. But I don't know if I don't remember. It was like an end credit scene in the hospital. Like they're like, yo, in the beginning, I actually put episode 1 over today for my daughter to watch of Peacemaker, and I remember like the first few minutes he's coming out the hospital and they're saying, yeah, you're miraculous, you got shot and a building falls on you and you're still alive. That's how it starts. Like
I guess that's my way of saying like, hey, I didn't watch Suicide Squad either, so I just thought maybe everybody should know. Guys, big shout outs. We got 2 members of the Pressable Defects in the house. The Butcher, he's in the house, man. Welcome, Jay. Hope everything's good on your end, brother. Always nice chatting with you and seeing you here, man. Appreciate you. All right. This is just gonna probably be the story until May, right? Not just this one, but with like everything going on. But Marvel fans are convinced Ryan Reynolds is lying about Deadpool and Doctor Strange 2.
The picture you put, though.
Listen, this happened with pretty much every actor playing pretty much 95% of roles. Newbie, I think you're lying. Let's talk more about comics. Okay. Adam Warlock. I think Idris Elba. I think I butchered the name, but he lied about the role he was having. There's that.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, like, and that's just most recently, right? So I don't believe this. There's that obviously that poster of Doctor Strange with all the broken glass, and everybody can see the characters and this and that. I think he's in there for a reason. I think they'd be stupid not to use Ryan Reynolds or Deadpool. Deadpool, I think, is an iconic character for this generation, the last 15 years. I think it is. I think New Mutants 98 is a big book to have down the road. I think it's me personally, I think it's an iconic book to have just because of the popularity of the character, right? Mm-hmm. But I think he's gonna show up, man. What do you think?
I think he'll be in like a post-credit thing. That's why I don't think he'll be in the movie like doing something. Or if it's in the movie, you see how Strange is like tumbling through timelines or realities or whatever. You might see him do his little thing, and then maybe at the end they show him like he stayed or he snuck through or however they bring them in. But he'll be in it in like a cameo, not like doing something.
Here's the thing though, man. Like I posted what I thought was like a leaked screen or like an end credit of all the people that were going to be in the movie, right? And people are like, "Noob, are you dumb? Like, are you crazy?" And this and that. And there was some worse ones, but whatever, right? But people forget, like, none of these characters really have to be in the movie for a long period of time. It could literally be as quickly as just like, oh shit. If you go back to Deadpool 2, in the end credits of Deadpool 2, they literally have all the X-Men characters that played in that one scene where Beast is just shutting the door. They have all those cast people in the end credit. So it could be something just as small as that. And I think people are forgetting that, man. We try to read too much into it. Like, no, they're going to follow this story. And like, yeah, but these characters could just show up for like 2 seconds. Like, that's what people are forgetting.
Especially the fact that we already know he's confirmed to be filming and all that stuff. And like, I mean, I still don't know. This might be the way they bring in mutants all together too. So
it's true, man. It's true.
Like the new rumor I heard was that I'm hearing is like, how they're doing the X-Men 97, the cartoon.
Yep.
So that maybe that's gonna be the X-Men we get, like that team's origin or whatever from the animated series.
Listen, as long as Wolverine shows up and I can maybe buy a Tesla with my Hulk 181, I'd be happy. I would definitely be happy, man. I need a vacation, so like, I mean, I could sell my Hulk 181 for a nice vacation.
You'll sell it though. You'll get rid of it.
I think if it could help me get to Tales of Suspense 39, I think I would.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the goal for me. Like there's not many books I'll take to the grave. I'll take that one to the grave 100%.
I feel you.
Wolverine, I always looked at as like an investment. I got in super cheap. So for those reasons, I got it. But yeah, I think I would just at the right time though, right? I mean, that's the gamble with a big book like that. You have to know when, right? Like, when is it, or are you going to get to the greediness and things like that? So
if I had it personally, Wolverine, as soon as you see his face on the trailer.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. But I mean,
I wouldn't wait for news or rumor. No. I want to see him. And then I'll get rid of it.
Like for me, my top three books would be Fantastic Four #1, Tales of Suspense 39, and probably Fantastic Four 48, because I'm a big Silver Surfer fan. I'm a big Fantastic Four fan, and obviously Iron Man. So those would be the three that I would probably like. I'd probably sell anything to get those. That's just kind of how I look at it. So
you know what? The fantastic Silver Surfer first appearance, right before I got into this whole thing, and I didn't know about speculating, which was in December of 2019. Yeah, December of 2019. My LCS had it on their wall. Okay, not near mint. Probably, I would say probably like a 6.5. So I mean, it's still first Silver Surfer. So I wanted to look at it like, oh, first Silver Surfer. And I think, man, I forget how much they wanted, but it was a couple of $100. But at the time, I'm thinking, I'm not spending $100 over $100. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Now, and like literally 2 months later, I found all this speculation channel, and I'm like, oh man, I should have just bought that book.
Dude, even like graded, I remember like 6.0s, 5.0s graded at like $1,000, and I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? And then now I'm like, holy shit, I probably should have like bought like 2. You
It
know,
was
like
sitting
for
right
that
next
price.
to First Mephisto. They had both of them up there. And
Oh my
I looked
god.
at both of them like, nah, man. They wanted 200 for the First Mephisto, and I was like, nah.
I think Silver Surfer 3 First Mephisto is going to be the book that defines like the last like 15 years, because I feel like kids are going to grow up just the same way that they're growing up with Miles Morales as their Spider-Man. They're going to grow up as being like, I think that's Mephisto. I think that's Mephisto. You know what I mean? Like, I think it could be one of those books that like just transcends people to be like, hey, remember when we used to collect as kids? You know, Mephisto. Remember that? You know, like I think that's what it's gonna. And he'll never show. Like I shouldn't say never, but like I don't think he'll show up. And then people are still gonna be like, I think this could be Mephisto.
Disney's gonna troll us. Marvel, they're never gonna put them in. They're just gonna
Oh man, it's
little
crazy.
Easter eggs, and they're never gonna.
That's the thing though, right? It's like, oh my god, a New Jersey Devils hockey jersey. Somebody was wearing it. That's Mephisto. It's like, okay, all right. Let's switch gears and something interesting here. One, Black Panther is back on schedule. They're filming. Everything's good. There's no COVID. There's no injuries. There's no nothing. They're good to go. All the cast got together. Dwayne The Rock Johnson showed up on set. So I don't know if they were kind of in the same area or whatever. Some people are saying, oh, maybe he's got like a cameo, or maybe he's, I don't think so. I wouldn't read too much into it, but yeah, he was seen, hanging out with them. But it's just interesting to see that they got, the Black Panther crew and film is basically the same crew. Like we got the same crew except Chadwick Boseman. So speculators and people out there, I mean, take your pick. Like you still got the same crew. Who's gonna play what? What's the story gonna be? I think this is the biggest question mark in Marvel right now. The biggest one.
You want to know what I think? What I think is, listen, man. I feel like recast. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, the Black Panther is way too important to the MCU, and T'Challa in general, to the MCU, and to just everyone in general, it's more important than just one person. No disrespect to Chadwick, you know what I mean? But like when Christopher Reeves died or whatever, they still cast Superman. You know what I mean? They still cast other. We're not recasting Chadwick. You're recasting T'Challa. You know what I'm saying? So I say do it. Bring somebody else in and continue it, man. They got so many good stories that we can see.
100%. That's the thing. We have a lot of great stories. Here's the thing, and I don't want to offend, and I'm not comparing, but Terrence Howard as Rhodey. No. He was Rhodey.
Oh, okay.
I don't want the chat being like, you think he should be Black Panther? No. I don't think he should be Black Panther. No. What I'm saying is he was Terrence Howard, right? Me, obviously being the Iron Man guy, I know my Iron Man shit. But there's people out there who are coming to like they don't remember Terrence Howard being Rhodey. And I'm not saying that we should forget Chadwick, but what I'm saying is like obviously with the multiverse, maybe we can just get another Black Panther who has the same mantle, and then he's just stuck in this universe that we're in. I think that's where we go, because like you said, there's too many great stories. He's in there with like Illuminati and Fantastic Four and Submariner and all this stuff. Like there's a lot of things there. So I really do think that you have to kind of keep them. You kind of have to keep the character, even with X-Men, if they go that route, right? I mean, like Storm and him, just everything.
I think they are. The reason why it's been a little bit quiet and they had like reshoots or whatever, how it stopped, they stopped production, it's because every time they do that, you start hearing rumors. I start hearing like, because at first it was like, no way, we're not recasting, never gonna happen. And then like the last time they took a pause, I started hearing stuff about his family saying it's okay and blah blah blah. So I'm like, you know what? They're gonna slowly start letting it out so that they can recast and like ease it off so people don't get too offended or hurt. But I say do it, man.
Yeah, I'm hearing Killmonger from a different universe where he's already Black Panther.
See, people want that, but you got to remember then, everybody's all hyped for like, oh, Killmonger as Black Panther. But if you do that, it won't be that same character. You know what I mean? So you're not going to get that same attitude, that same person as Killmonger, as Black Panther. You know what I mean? So people don't put that together. I said, like, just recast him. You know what I mean? They can pay him his flowers. You know what I mean? Do something special. Give the man his flowers. But I would think he would say himself, like, yo, this is more important than me. This is for the people. Like, keep it going.
And it's not anything sexist, because I think everybody's moved on from the Shuri being Black Panther and everything like that. I think we've moved on from that. right?
It's too soon for her to be Black
It
Panther,
just
in my
doesn't
opinion.
seem so. We'll see where that goes. All right, final piece of news before we get into the spec. Brie Larson kicks off Captain Marvel 2's 1 year countdown with new photos. So this was taken 2 days ago, and they are literally down to the last 365 or 363 now. Before we get into it, she's been bulking up. She's been posting photos of her bulking up. So maybe she's going to be taking a bigger role. I mean, it's her show / movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we're gonna get her and she's gonna be like, oh, I got a phone call, I gotta go, like we have seen her do in the last like 3 or 4 couple projects. She's gonna be the focal point, so this is gonna be interesting, man. Rumors obviously of them trying to get rid of her because she's obviously got issues with pretty much everybody. Chris Hemsworth, Don Cheadle, like she's just not friendly with them. They don't like her. I think Mark Ruffalo has issues with her too. Like there's a lot of moving parts there, right? So what are your thoughts, man? I'll be honest. This show kind of gets me like Hawkeye. I'll watch it. I just wasn't really thrilled. I mean, I ended up liking Hawkeye, but like, I mean, I don't really care about Captain Marvel. Like, it's never been a character that I liked, but I'm obviously gonna watch it. It's Marvel.
Well, I think it's a movie though, isn't? Or is it a show? Is it a movie or a show?
I thought the Marvels.
The Marvels was a movie, I think though. I'm not.
Is it okay? I don't know.
Let's
I
see.
don't know.
Let's have the chat. Either way, I feel like they're doing the movie to bring in Monica Rambeau, maybe at Spectrum or Photon, who knows? And then what's her name? Kamala.
Yeah.
In a way, so
she's Canadian from Mississauga. She's from Mississauga. Yeah.
Maybe they're gonna slowly transition Brie out to have these as Captain Marvel in a way, because I mean she's not gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
But
it's a movie. It is a movie. Okay. I thought it was a show. So but then there's this. Miss Marvel is the TV. Oh, okay. So there's 2 projects. Okay, my bad. So Miss Marvel is the TV. Yeah. The Marvels is the movie. Okay. I just didn't know what kind of route they were going with it, But again, you're talking about. I know Marvel made her like the most powerful character, right? In the in the movies and stuff. That's kind of what way they were going, right? They showed it. She was never afraid of Thor and everything like that, and blah 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 blah. I just don't know what you can do with that. I mean, clearly they're building up to it. So, and Kevin Feige likes the character too, right? So that's another issue, right? He likes the character, so who knows? Maybe she has a big future still ahead. I just don't know, man. I don't know. She's already been in a movie. She's been in 3, like her solo movie. Then she's already been in 3 projects, so that's 4. This is going to be 5. She's probably going to be in 1 or 2 other things, coming up.
Like, for at least 3 or 4 more years. At least 3 years she's going to be around.
Because like she was also in Shang-Chi too. Sorry, that's what I forgot, right?
Oh, so yeah. She's
already been in a lot, and she's connected with a lot. So, I mean, I don't know how you just get rid of the character or her, right? So,
like, I like her. I like the current run in the comics. As far as the movies, I got nothing against the chick, but that's the only MCU film that I'm sorry, I fell asleep. I fell asleep in the movie.
That's the only Marvel movie I've seen once.
This is the only one I fell asleep watching it. In the movie, I woke up before the end, but I was like, "Oh shit!" I fell asleep, and I'm looking around like, "What I missed?" So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with it.
They released behind the scene pics of Miss Marvel forever ago. That should really, yeah, I think so too. All right. Bum, 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 bum.
7 movie contract. Yo, my man here says she got 7 movie contract.
7? And what's going on, David, man? How you doing, brother? So everyone hates on Brie Larson. She has a 7 movie contract. What happens if people hate the actor that is playing Riri? She has a yeah. No, and that happens, right? I mean,
yeah,
it's possible. Yeah. All right. Newbie Spec of the week. I got 2 books actually. So let me just let me do something real quick here. Boom, boom. I got to give some shout outs to Marvel up in Canada up here because this one's kind of shared. I'll give you credit, man. 100%. I always give credit where credit is due. I will never steal anything. I will always put people's, spec. If we talked about it, he actually posted about it, and then I kind of did a little bit more research. I'm like, oh shit. But it could be something different. So that's why I'm kind of like, but I thought maybe I'd bring it up to everybody's attention. Again, spec books, when it comes to spec, nobody here, myself, Empire, nobody associated with me is telling you to buy it, stack it, whatever the case may be. Don't get mad if you buy 100 copies of whatever book I'm about to show. Empire, you can vouch for me, just like the guys say. I mean, I didn't show you these books. This is all new to you. You have no idea what you're going to see, right?
Exactly. I got my little thing here open on my phone just in case. But all he did was tell me, I got books. But he didn't tell me.
So, look at that. Marvel's in here too. Yeah. So Marvel posted about this. And then, like I said, I kind of did a bit more research, but like the way things work in our community, I think that this book might catch some heat down the road if this character does show up because of the release dates and because of the name. So without further ado, first book on the list is Marvel Knights Marvel Boy #1. Newbie, this is not Marvel Boy's first appearance. Isn't it though? The release date is June 2000. Marvel Boy 1 released in 2018. It says Marvel Boy there. He does look a little different. I don't know. Raw copies of this book are selling anywhere between $5 and $15. A few people know about it. A few people don't. Marvel showed it with I think he had this cover and like when it came out and things like that. So I don't know. I thought it was interesting because a lot of people are chasing that Marvel Boy 1. And I thought that this may be something that a lot of people don't know about. Have you ever seen this cover? Have you ever seen this book?
No, you got me looking right now, and no, I never.
No. Yes. So it's kind of interesting, especially because it's 18 years apart. $5, $15. Now, guys, that is eBay prices. You guys know how I feel about eBay, and usually that's what happens when prices are on eBay. They're more expensive, obviously, on eBay than they would be in the wild. So if you come across this book, you're probably not going to pay more than $5 for a very high-end book because nobody is fucking buying it. Low risk, high reward. We'll see. It's Marvel Boy 1 and the sketchbook. It's a flip book. 100% it's a flip book. 100%. But when we start talking about Marvel Boy and everything like that, this could be something that people are like, wait a minute, I found this in the release date, right? Because the release is 18 years apart. Usually when we have like a controversy, it is like maybe a few months, maybe the same month, maybe the same year, but this is 18 years apart, right? So
yeah,
I don't know, man.
I picked up 3 copies, so I'm good. Yo, for $2, why not? Yo.
You can't go wrong. I'm big on Marvel Boy myself. I really do think, especially with all these cosmic teams and things like that, I just think that there could be this character. Cosmic also has a big question mark around it because you don't know what teams are coming. And we got to thank Mr. James Gunn because he said, hey, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that's the last time you're seeing that team. So, yeah. I mean, it's a big question mark if they still want to do it, right? And yeah, Manny, I think it's or that's not Manny. Manny, hideous cover, but do you? Yeah, no, 100%. I don't think it's a great cover at all. I just think, I personally know a lot of people going after Marvel Boy 1, and I, with Marvel putting it out, I kind of did a little bit more digging. I'm like, wait a minute. It could be 18 years apart, so who knows, right?
Now, it's the same dude. It's the same, or is it because I remember back in the 90s there was a character named what's his name, Marvel Boy, that was with the old Guardians of the Galaxy in the early in the 90s.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Yeah,
but it's not him. This is the
No, I think they got to stay away from like Marvel Boy, Marvel Woman, Marvel Man, like one, like just stay away from that. It's just All right, let's move on to the second book, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
This is a good one. That was a good one.
West Coast Avengers 21. Noob, are you serious, man? Stop talking about West Coast Avengers. You're crazy. No, I can't. I started looking into West Coast Avengers so much just simply because of all the Easter eggs that I'm seeing. Moira Brandon, in what's it called in Hawkeye, right? Like she showed up or she didn't show up. She was on the buzzer thing. So like I really don't know why they would do that. Like there's got to be a reason. There's Easter eggs. They always put in that. Moon Knight is coming, obviously. This is an important book just simply because Moon Knight joins the West Coast Avengers. I think this might be the route they go. I think Moon Knight might be around in some shows or some teams. I really could see him just kind of going, out west and kind of hanging with those guys. It is a dope cover. In my opinion, it's black. A lot of them are already in like high grade. eBay selling them for $2 to $8, which means there's $1 book. $1 book. So we saw what She-Hulk joining the Avengers did. We saw, in the last like 18 months, certain characters joining teams or first meetings and how popular that was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying there's going to be $1,000 book, but I mean, if certain books went from $2 to $100, I mean, you never know. They could catch some heat. Not a Moon Knight book that a lot of people are talking about, and rightfully so, but there's got to be something. I think West Coast is something that people are sleeping on like crazy. So definitely a book I would be on the lookout for, man. What do you think?
That's
Don't
a
say
good
I'm
one.
crazy. Don't say I'm crazy because
No,
it has been West Coast fever.
You're not crazy. Some guys here saying you got West Coast fever, but no. I think it's good spec because like, yeah, everybody knows first appearance, origins and first covers, but a lot of times once those guys, like you always say, those get out of reach. The new thing that I saw last year was like first meetings, the little things. You're not gonna get $500, $1,000, but hey, it's $50, $100. If you grab that book for $1 or $2, I like it. This one definitely. This one. I seen it. I seen this one. I grabbed one for like $2, so I know this one's out there for cheap.
And low buy-in, low risk.
The thing is, I didn't know what it was. I bought it for the cover, and I didn't. A lot of times old books, I don't go through them because they're older books. I might read it digitally, so I didn't know this had like him joining the team.
Listen, that Moon Knight 2 Volume 2 book. I know a few people who have that book, and when it spiked, obviously, Arthur Harrow. But they were basically like, dude, I just collected it because I just wanted to grab anything Moon Knight at the time. And it was $1, right? And I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Here's another book for the same, same thing. Like Moon Knight's coming. And we know that shows are different, right? Like last year, we kind of got, our first take on what the show spec is. Show spec is completely different because you're going week to week, and we have all those videos that come out and we're like, 800 Easter eggs that you missed in this episode. And what does it mean that he was wearing a red shirt and not he was wearing an LA Dodgers hat? So what does that mean? Like all that shit, right? And it adds fuel. It spikes certain books. I don't know, man. I really do think there's a lot of stuff going out there with West Coast Avengers. Obviously the rumor of White Vision leading West Coast Avengers, the Easter egg in Hawkeye. There's been another couple Easter eggs. I think it's there. West Coast Avengers outside of 45, 56, another one, right? Dark Scarlet, which guys, I mean, I found those for $1, but like they're selling for like $20, right?
I got one right here. Look, you talking about West Coast issues? I got issue 60 that has Evil Scarlet with her dad.
Hey, I think anything with Scarlet is going to heat up with
it's West Coast Avengers. Like, you know what I'm saying? I found this one.
Dirty cheap, man. Dirt cheap.
I think they just said, what is it? Kevin Feige in the last week or so that said something about they're not making any more Avengers movies or movies called Avengers. So they have to branch out. You know what I mean? They have to do different things. Maybe they won't call it West Coast Avengers because
maybe they call it West Coast.
West Coast Avengers does sound corny. It does. So maybe they call it something else, but we'll know that that's the group. That's who they're talking about. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to take the exact names because a lot of these names came up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and they're kind of corny. So, but don't sleep on it. Don't sleep on it.
This would be a beast to ever get graded. Yeah, just because I think this would be a very difficult book. But I mean, I'm sure somebody has it graded or, whatever. West Coast will never happen. Yeah, no. You're possibly right. 100%. I just
maybe
think
California Avengers. No,
maybe. Listen, Emp, we talked about it earlier. There's been a few books, but I mean, Balder #1.
Yeah.
When I talked about it, everybody was like, "Noob, shut the hell up, please. Don't bring that here." And guess what? Now it went on the application. People are talking about it. They talked about it on Lords of the Long Box today. Obviously, there's rumors that he's going to be in, Doctor Strange movie. So, I mean, it could be something, could be nothing. You never know, right? That's why it's spec. That's just the way it works.
Have fun with it.
So you gotta have fun with it, man. Champions is more likely than West Coast Avengers. Yeah, I thought a lot of characters were more than Arthur Harrow. I thought there was more than the timeless variant. I thought there was more than, but that's just the way it works sometimes, right?
But you got to think about it. I can easily see them doing, if not this West Coast Avengers team, maybe that newer one that came out a few years ago, maybe a TV series, a Disney Plus series of like, it's California, so the vibe over there might be a little bit more chill than the whole East Coast crime fighting vibe, and they could do a little series like that.
Yeah, I just think people are just really quick to judge. So just sit back. I mean, it's a very cheap book, so you could get it, right? I mean, it could be just one of those books you put away. I mean, it doesn't hurt, right? So just saying, be on the lookout for a lot of West Coast Avengers stuff. I mean, there are some important like origins, first appearances and things like that. So we'll see. Never say never. The Avengers, Young Avengers is out there. Ooh, that is right. So big time. Bum, bum, bum. All right, Empire.
What up? What
up? Really quickly, let the people know where they can find you, man, what you do. That is what you do on YouTube, man. Let the people know.
All right, man. You can find me on YouTube on the Empire Comics. Same thing on the Empire_Comics on Instagram. Tomorrow I'll be on Comic Kingpin, so you can check that out with that crew. I'm on my channel. I usually try to throw 3 videos out a week. I'm used to be big on CGC unboxings, but that's kind of slowed down with the whole CGC thing.
Yeah.
I kind of dabble with a new Comic Day spec, low budget. I call it low budget spec, like dollar bin spec. Stuff you could find for under $10. You could grab 2, 3, 4 copies, put it to the side, sell it for $50 to $75, and like we say, pay for that week's books or buy your Grail. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you could find out on over my way.
Man, also let the people know you're very friendly. You're always up to chat comics, man. I know, in my experience with you, we can 100%. Chat. So
anybody want to talk comics, talk, hit me up on IG. I'm always on IG. Like I told Newbie, like growing up, I was talking to the Butcher earlier. I didn't have anybody to talk comics. You know what I mean? Nobody collected comics around me. So I'm always willing to talk. If you got spec or anything, movies, old books. Yeah, I have people that hit me up and send me like pictures of books they find. It's all fun, man. I love
it. Empire, being in Florida, did you see any speeder CGC returns?
Some people say that because I'll tell you I have it on the wall here. I live about, I would say 75 minutes from CGC. I'm right there. Yeah, they're right there.
Yeah, but you're moving to New York, you said, in the near future.
I'm moving in a few weeks.
Fuck, I was gonna say, I'm like, dude, I'll send you my books right now.
Yeah, but I got a lot of family here. I already told them I might have y'all still do the whole CGC from here. You know what I mean? Because I'll be honest, I do all my books that I do fast pass.
Yeah,
I've gotten them in 2 months. They come back in like 2 months. That's like the longest. It's been 2 months, maybe a week or two after. Now, the ones that I'm about to get a whole bunch right now. They're about to hit me in the next 2-3 weeks. These were the first ones that I've done just regular, no fast pass. They've been sitting there, I would say, for about 6 months. But when I do fast pass, they come back so fast, man. And then the best thing, when it says ship, like if CGC ships it tomorrow, I get it Tuesday. One day, I get it. One day, I get it. I've missed that part, though. I'm going to miss that.
Damn, man, that is, yeah. I wish I had that luxury, man. I wouldn't even care. I'd go to a shop and then drive to CGC and be like, hey, here you go.
Yeah. I might do that before I leave. I might drive down there because I've never seen it. I know it's right down. It's not too far away. Actually, my grandparents live a little bit further down, so if I go to visit them, I have to pass it. So I might just go.
I've told my wife, and I always ask my family. I'm like, hey, if you're going to Florida, like around this area, could send this
drop this
for me, please. But brother, man, thank you so much for your time, for your your knowledge, man. I want you back on the show. Come anytime. We will definitely talk to have you back on, man.
Been fun,
you're cool with it. But yeah, man, Empire Comics on Instagram, and he's got his channel. Make sure you guys go sub him up. I didn't do a good job of putting his link down below, but I know my guys, Kingpins, are going to have it. So if you missed it, go tune in. They'll have his information there, or just go to Empire Comics on Instagram and find the link there. Make sure you guys go sub him up. Empire always has great content, spec, really good value. So definitely go check him out, man. Really great community member as well. So definitely do that.
Just Cruise. I might do what Just Cruise do. I might do that for him.
Just Cruise, yo, do a video showing CG. Yeah,
like go with
dude. Yeah, just be like, hey, this is it. Boom. I don't even know what the building looks like, man. It could just be a fucking garage or something.
See if I could just sneak in and bum rush the door and be like, look, these are your books.
I'm the type of guy that like I would see them, like I would walk in and then I'd see like 3 people just sitting there and be like, yo, why aren't you grading books? And they're like, I'm just a secretary. I don't know.
No excuse.
Yeah. I'm like, no, go grade, man. Go. But guys, I have a video coming out. I got a grail. I just got a grail. The hobby paid for itself. Once again, I got a big grail, super cheap. Literally didn't really cost me much because I let the hobby pay for itself. Big book, like big. So I'm excited. It is a future investment book. But it's a cool book to have regardless. So the video should be out probably maybe tomorrow, if not Wednesday for sure, because obviously we do, Tuesday show. So definitely tune in for that. On Tuesday's show, we've got we're back at it with falling keys. So there's a lot of books that are falling right now, and we should probably take a look. So we got that coming up. So make sure you guys go check out that on Tuesday. Comic Kingpins tomorrow with yours truly, Mr. Empire Comics. Go support them over there, 7 p.m. Eastern. That's the show, guys. Thank you so much for hanging with us. 68 to 70 in the chat today, so I appreciate it. It's Ludocrats issue 2, isn't it? Man, Ludocrats, I don't even know where you could find Ludocrats, man. It's a fucking low print run. Empire, any last comments before we head off, man?
Nah, man. Thank you so much for having me. I don't even know, man. It's been fun, man. It's been fun. I'm just looking up there. We've been here an hour and 40 minutes. I felt like 30 minutes, man.
Dude, it did not seem like I looked at it too. I'm like,
yeah,
oh shit. Okay.
It's crazy.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. Check the rewind, check Empire Comics, check Comic Kingpins. We're out.